Well, people, this is so bad. I'm sorry, but I've had a little bit too much to drink. In fact, I'm pissed. And when tomorrow comes, if it does, I'm gonna wake up with a real humdinger hangover. Well, of course, I'm not drunk at all. Well, maybe just a tad. I've drank just enough to oil the cogs of my brain. So I'm going to tell you about a true story, at least I think it is, that will tell you an awful lot about the Femon brain. So they got all these youngish Femons to go for job interviews. But first they took them in the room and had these artist people to disfigure their faces slightly, like scars or maybe a big mole or something. Something that most people would find unattractive, of course. At least the Femons would. Just to see if they were discriminated against by the interviewers for the job they were going for. And that sounds like a good experiment right from the start. But there's a twist. Just before these Femons went for their interviews, the special effects artists said they had to touch them up just before they went in, so they looked fresh. But in actual fact, they took the scars and the moles and everything away, but didn't tell the Femons. They thought they still had them. So the Femons went for these interviews, and when they came back, they asked them these questions. And mostly all the Femons thought they had been discriminated against in some way because of their mark on their face. Some of them went into really intricate ways of telling them how the interviewer kind of mentioned their scars, or whatever they thought they had, when in fact the scars weren't there. But the percentage of these Femons that believed they were discriminated against was up to 85-90%. But in fact they had nothing on their faces at all. So what does that tell you about Femon nature? Because they love to play the victim. Most of the time, even when they're not. Of course, this is something that the advertising agencies have known forever. That's why they can sell this anti-aging cream. Or even the new one, the double anti-aging cream. Hell, I know a Femon that was 35 years old and put this cream on. And then she went out and went to the bar. But she couldn't get served because she looked too young. Yeah, right. So it kind of sounds like Femons are a little bit gullible. And the advertising agencies know it. And so do other people. Even now you talk to a feminist. Well, if you have to. Then you ask them what they're fighting for. And why they're a feminist. And it's because they want equality. Of course, they already have entitlement. And are far more important in society than a man is. And get concessions from the government up the wazoo. And I hope they do damn well get equality. But they already have it and more. And they want more than that. That may have been true 50, 60 years ago, but not now. Not for a long time. That's why it sounds ridiculous. And hardly anybody believes that bullshit. Except maybe them. Femons are the privileged species in society. So if they do actually get equality, they'll be going down 6 pegs or so. It seems in the Femon brain, if they think it, then it must be true. And of course Femons are buying cosmetics in truckloads now. They're putting far more on. More money for the cosmetic industry. They're not just enhancing their looks, they're rebuilding their faces. And I'm thinking of a new business myself. Especially to sell to Femons because they seem a bit, well, gullible. You heard it here first, by the way. It's anti-spider spray. They could keep it in their big purses, which is another line I might get into. Next to the mace and the rape alarm. Retail at $4.99 for a small can. Anyway, guys, let me know what you thought of the experiment that was tried and the results. And what do you make of them? Is it kind of like those people who always want to be sick or hypochondriacs, I believe, and the doctor sort of gives them soda pills or something? Or does it go far deeper than that? As usual, gentlemen, put your comments down below and it's nice talking to you. Wow!